Good evening to all of you. I am Shaumadrita. A little bit about myself, which is I study psychology honors at Loreto College, and today, like this evening, I will be your moderator. And as you know, this is the first attempt, or I would rather say, we're here to uh, basically have our talk show for the first time, which is the social thread. It was like randomly conceived that the main idea is oh, by the way, yes, all of you have switched on your videos. Great. Now, the thing is, it is like, see, even all of us are new to this. And this was mainly like, see, we as students, we are always on the receiving end. We are always listening to what our teachers are saying, what our seniors are saying, what our parents are saying, and so on and so forth. But we hardly get a forum to share our opinions, our views, our experiences. So that is what we are here for. And I will be moderating this session. Not really moderate, you guys will talk, and maybe I'll meddle in sometimes. So today's topic is the power of volunteering. What are your views on volunteering? Share inspiring stories of students who have volunteered and the positive impacts they've made on their communities. I hope you have been, you are familiar with the topic and you have been shared. So I just reiterate it. Now, before that, I would like each one of you to like briefly introduce yourself. This is a very, not so formal forum, and you are most welcome to introduce yourself, what you're studying, what your interests are, etc., etc., and then we will go into the discussion. So, whom should we start with? Abhiraj, I think you come first alphabetically. So, yeah, go ahead.
So yes, myself Abhinav Sharma. Currently, I'm studying in class 10. Like interest, like to play instruments. Currently, I'm playing a keyboard, and after 10th, I'm thinking to buy a guitar. Like subjects, like I love science
You love science.
till now.
So you plan on pursuing science for your plus two?
Yes.
Great. I would just say that no matter what happens, don't lose your motivation and strength to continue with it. Thank you. And next, Devangana, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Devangana Chaudhary. I read in class 10. My interests are reading books, novels, reading newspapers also. And my hobbies also go on that way only reading, listening to music, and dancing also. And like subject interest, nothing very serious, but yeah, I like physics. Thanks.
You like physics. Okay. Then both of you are on the science side, which unfortunately I am not. I knew from class 8 that this is the stream I do not want to do. But, anyways, I appreciate the fact that you said you like reading newspaper, because this is something really rare these days. And yeah, I wish I had that kind of concentration and the, what should I say, the patience to go on with reading novels. I tried, honestly, but no, I haven't been very successful in that field. Thank you so much. And next, last but not the least, we have Shomontika. Am I correct? Did I spell your name correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is actually correct.
Not ma'am again. I
Oh,
am
yeah,
just
sorry.
saying it to you guys by, yeah. It's something I face a lot, but never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Shomantika Bhaduri. I am currently studying in class 9, and my favorite subject, I'd say, is English and science, both. I can't choose one of them. And my most favorite hobbies are, I think, drawing and reading books. and anything that I can
Okay.
basically be able to read.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I am also like I'm delightful about the fact that you mentioned English. I have also been, and I hope you guys are a CBSE school, right? I
Yes,
have been
okay.
in
Yeah.
Shikshayatan for class plus two. Before that, my schooling was APJ Saltec, of course, and I know that your school is not very far from ours.
Hmm.
So yeah, CBSE English is pretty intriguing. Like 9-10 English has been pretty intriguing. So has been for plus two. So yeah, I like the fact that you said you like English, and if
Hmm.
you want to pursue it later on, great. Also, if you don't want to, it's equally good to follow it as a passion. So I
Hmm.
would
Yeah.
say great choice there. And yeah, I think we have successfully introduced ourselves, and I leave it upon you guys. You know today's topic is about volunteering. I think the power of volunteering. Now, whoever wants to start, I mean, there's no pressure. Whoever wants to go ahead and start, you are most welcome to do so. You just speak. I mean, you don't have to be very formal, okay? You just share your experience, what you think about it, and why you think it's relevant in today's day and age, and especially the structure or the framework of society that we live in. You can also include how it has, like, I'm just giving you a little pointers maybe that can shape the way you put it across. That is pre and post COVID also scenarios have changed, so you can incorporate that as well. So yeah, I leave it upon you. Whoever wants to start, you can.
Shall I? Okay.
Sorry,
So
yes, please go ahead.
yes, yes. So like for me, volunteering is like an act of a charity, which is done by one's like own will. That is usually unpaid, and that's definitely make a difference in the activity in which they are volunteering. So like there was my one friend. Like before I was not here. I was in Odisha. In previous year only I have came here. So there was the Durga Puja celebration. So one of my friend was selected as a volunteer. So I've been thinking like, what a time waste, dude. What are you doing? Let's play. Then he said, no, like have an interest in this. I want to contribute something toward it. So I think, okay, let's see. 9 days are there. What you can do, I also see. So after like seeing his work, and after that all the puja stuff was over, I asked him, bro, what did you learn and what like impacted you? So he said me that like being a volunteer, like you are not only my just friends. I have interacted with many people. I have established communication between them. I learned I mean sorry I learned very new things from other people. I built up my confidence. Like speeches and all that stuff was also given to them. That means like opportunity for doing something more. So he said that definitely it have built up my confidence and all. Yes. So and being a like volunteer, as you said, mentioned in the today's world, doing volunteering, like it helps us to like reduce our stress. Like from that all the like combat disease, now everyone is like running in the study races. No one is like thinking about the society and all that. Like being a volunteer, it will just it's not like the long term commitment. It's a short term and it's depend upon our interest and a skill in which we feel suitable. It may be cultural, environmental, social, anything in which we can contribute and which we feel like okay, I can contribute more in that. So definitely like it reduces our stress and it build up a mentally. That's it.
Okay, I think you have brought up quite a few points that I would like to reflect upon. First is you said that yes, it is actually it it basically spreads across many domains, like you said, like cultural, educational, even like environmental. Yes, and most importantly, me as a psychology student, what caught my not just that, but this was like an interesting what should I say, a take back, like how you started with an anecdote and You said that, it helps reducing stress. Definitely it does. Because I'll tell you why. As you said, like, we are constantly in the rat race, not just in studies. As we grow up, we realize that how much we earn, how much we, uh, what our social status is, what our, like, material possessions are. Those also sort of, like, you feel like there's a competition. Like, somebody, okay, they have two cars, maybe I aspire to, like, have three or four. I aspire to have a penthouse, a bungalow, and whatnot. Like, and some people even have the, it just gets bad as as days pass, as we grow up. The whole stress scenario that you mentioned gets bad. So yes, it feels rejuvenating, or it feels like a change where, we get to do something we're passionate about, and we want, and through that we are contributing something or the other, no matter how minute or minuscule that is, to the society. I really like that point. And next I would come to Devangana. Please go ahead. Oh, you wanted to speak? I'm so sorry. I just
She can
never mind,
speak.
never mind.
She can speak
Whoever
first.
speak. Oh, then you
Yeah,
can go
I
ahead.
thought
Sorry, sorry, my bad.
we're like oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I started off with whoever wanted to do it first. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I
go
thought
ahead.
it was not volunteer. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. No problem.
yes. Um, so first of all, I'd like to start with saying that the term volunteering, first of all, it gives off mixed meanings. Means to someone, it might mean that like taking part in some event or whatnot, and in other parts, it might to other people, it might mean that actually helping out other people, charity and all that. But to me, I think it's a mixture of both, because whether or not I do anything or not, if I contribute to society in any way, I think at the end of the day, it is helping one person at least, at the least. So, first of all, I'd like to say that every year in our neighborhood, Durga Puja is held. Um, all the people from the neighborhood attend it, and it's a very grand festival and all that. But I have also seen a regular pattern in that, which is that on, I think it's Ponchomi, but on that day, the person who plays the dholak, right, his family comes and visits the pandal, and all of the people from the neighborhood, they try to donate as much as they can. Let it be toys, books, clothes, even sometimes people give money so that they can help them out. And almost every year I also participate in that, because to be honest, I am a very very privileged kid. I have always believed that I have been given so many opportunities in life, and I am very lucky to have that. And so whenever Durga Puja rolls around, I try to gather up as much clothes and books. Since I read a lot of books, I have a lot of old books lying around. I try to gather them up, and I try to contribute to them as much as possible. And to be honest, it fills me up with so much joy that I am contributing to someone's happiness. That basic concept. So that is a really good feeling that I get. And also, I think that volunteering, not just for me, but everybody else, it gives them a sense of purpose, and it also brings to light the struggles of the people who are not as privileged as they are. So I think that volunteering is a really selfless act that even in the smallest amounts can make a person's day, both the receiver and also the contributor. That's it.
Okay, so I like the fact how you really brought up the point where we are privileged. We are privileged because first of all we have all three: roti, kapra, makan, and
Yes,
to top that we have AC. we have fan, we have the basic necessities that we need. And yes, volunteering, yes, to each his own interpretation. And to be honest, yes, for some it is an act of charity, for some it is an act of intrinsic happiness, like you do whatever you like, in your own field of interests, you contribute something as in how you like to. And the dhaki point which you brought
Hmm.
up, that
Yeah.
yes, every year they do come, and this is, I mean, I'm sure they have other sources of income, otherwise how do they feed
Uh,
themselves around the year? But this is like the major event of uh, like their lives in, like in a year, when they come to Kolkata, and none of them belong from here. They come, like they travel a great distance and come here, and they need that kind of, like, it is just, the thing is, yes, they do need these things, they are a necessity to them. Oftentimes they are not able to express themselves, what they need, what they don't. And we like the sound of dhak, but do we really take interest in the dhakis? Most of us don't. And I'm glad you brought that up, because yes, that is a noble act, and anything you do from the core of your heart, and if it impacts any one person, it is worth it. So I hope I mean, whatever I said made sense, and you, like, encapsulated things very well.
yes,
Now
that
I
made
would
complete sense.
request the, huh.
What you said, that made complete sense. Means you perfectly like took all the points of what I said.
Yeah, well, I tried. Thank you for everything that you mentioned. All of you are such good speakers, and you have, like, really good points to speak about, discuss about. And next person, go ahead.
Okay, so this topic, volunteering, is very familiar to me, very much. Um, During Amphan, the disaster which occurred in West Bengal, and during COVID pandemic, both the times I've actively participated as a volunteer. So volunteering has been a life-changing journey for me. A few years ago, during Amphan and during COVID pandemic, I started working with our ward counselor, who had encouraged many of us to take a step for the needy ones. But what I did not expect was how much it would impact me personally. Personally, in the sense, um, I empowered communities. It helped in my personal growth, like in the sense of empathy increased and confidence also increased. Building relationships with different kinds of people also helped me. Um, the side of me which I've always been since primary section and even after COVID when I rejoined school, the active side of me, which most of the people saw. We all are active here and eventually we're actively participating, everyone. During the campus donation camp which went, I visited Principal Ma'am nearly about 20 times. So that confidence and everything, that thanks to volunteering, I got that. I brought that up within myself from volunteering, visiting many health camps, old age camps, and all those things. So one day, it was an Amphan period. I went there. It was a whole disaster. All the huge trees had fell down, and the area where the people used to live, that was under the trunks of trees. Everything was broken. They had nothing. Children were playing, sitting on the trees, the branches, taking up leaves and everything. That disaster which I saw in front of my eyes was so heart wrenching. But then, when they were taken to the safe homes near our ward, that happiness in their face, that relief in their face, That soothed me. I know they got the shelter, but as if I am getting a shelter right now in my issue. So that feeling which comes, this sense of empathy which grows within us is very important. And it is one of the power of volunteering also. So what I've realized is that volunteering isn't just about giving, take, or something like that. It's about connecting. It's about connection with the people. It's about realizing that we are all part of a bigger community and we can uplift each other in ways that really matter. I heard a quote few days back that if you think that there's no kind people in this world, be one. So that line means a lot. The basic thing begins from us. The basic education, the etiquette, the discipline begins from our home, from us. So if we change ourselves first and our surroundings slowly and slowly, then the whole world will change. If everybody can become so, if everybody changes themselves first and help their nearest community, then slowly I don't think there will be any place left for bad people or anything, because there's no bad people in this world. There are only bad thoughts, wrong intentions. That's what I believe. So this power of uplifting ourselves, helping out, and the sense of empathy all together changed my conscience a lot. And that's why I've always been forever grateful to volunteering, and I always actively try to actively participate in all kinds of activities. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, I need to gather my thoughts because I wanted to, I wanted to pick out many things that you said. Firstly, is yes, empathy. Empathy. See, empathy. When we say like empathy, what's the meaning of it? When we feel a situation from the other person's perspective or point of view, then is when we face, I wouldn't say face, but I would say feel empathic, empathetic. Yeah, sorry. So now the thing is, yes, volunteering is. I think you made your own quotes today. Like volunteering is about connecting. It's about empathy. I mean, you can do little bulletins of sticky notes and put it up in your room, and whenever you feel demotivated, you can look at them and get going. So yes, definitely so. And the pandemic situation, what you said, yes. And if you have, as you said, like you have volunteered at health camps, at educational, whatever it is, I mean, at an orphanage or an old age home, you will see people have like diverse sorts of plights of their own, and each is of a kind that you will feel that one part of you will feel that, oh, I wish I could help them in some way, and that comes from within. I think that is the first step towards volunteering, which we are talking about. And one part of you, as she mentioned, Shomantika, right, that we are privileged. Yes, we feel that, oh, thank God. If what if this were to happen to me, how would I react, how would my family react, or how would I survive under these conditions? So yes, volunteering is not just the act, but it basically encompasses everything, the feelings. And when you said that one part of me felt like I got the shelter, it actually shows how involved you become when you mingle with these people, when you try to be by the side of them. It shows a part of you is so much like, I mean, that it belongs to them only. It's so involved with them that you feel one part of you is also relieved that okay, they got shelter. So yes, all three of you spoke like really well, and this for me and has been an experience of a kind. I must say, I have also not been a part of something like this before, and thank you guys. And now I leave it upon you guys to, maybe speak more about maybe a point that somebody else mentioned. If you would like to add on to that, that would be great. If you have any, or if you have questions, or if you want to counter any point, you can go ahead. I think I have spoken a lot. You guys, it's a forum for you guys to speak, so please.
Um, Everybody spoke well and correctly. I just had a question on my mind that volunteering is very exciting and helpful. It's done for the betterment of the society and everything. Then why volunteering is so underseen? It's so unimportant nowadays. Why this kind of activities and actions which shape our conscience is seen load. It's load in this society right now. My direct question is why no to volunteering when it comes to people who can actually lend their hand out?
So like I want to say on that, it's depend on our mentality, what we think. Like as you have said, while the disaster, you have helped many people, and you also felt that you means you have also get a shelter. So like if one is thinking that volunteering is nothing, and other feels that by volunteering I can contribute to the society, I can help him, I can like uh, I can bring a smile on his face, then it will be great. But like that's is the main point. It depends on the society. Like in the now scenario, as I've early mentioned, everyone is like behind the rat race. The competition is too high. So that's mentally it is everything in nowadays. That's what I want to say.
Would anybody else like to add to it? You want to add to it? I think I'm talking to Shomantika. You want to add to it? Your face looked like you wanted to say something. You can go.
No, I was actually thinking on the facts, or I mean, all the points that have now been added to that question. And I basically, the first thing that came to my mind is we can't change anybody's thought process. We can plant new ideas, but we cannot change the way they think. For example, if a person straight up just directly tells me that no, I think volunteering is absolutely non-useful. To be honest, we can help them out in different ways. Why in that way? Then I cannot tell him or her that no, you are wrong. That is not how we think. That is not the thing should be thought about. But if somebody is saying that I think that volunteering should be this and this, but I think that other people are saying this and this about it, then I can plant new ideas in their head about what volunteering is really about. So it basically all eventually comes down to the individual and their thought process. If they think that there is like something wrong with volunteering, or that it's basically a waste of time, then we cannot change that fact about it. But what we can do to alter some of its effects is encourage other people to think about volunteering as not something to help, but not something to do when we are trying to help people. No, it should be something that we should do, empower the society as a whole, to not help out the ones in need, but to bring a smile to the faces of the people who do not actually have all of the privileges that we also have. To make them feel included and not to make them feel as if they're a different part, not a part of the society. That is all.
Yeah,
Right.
can
So
I add
after
one more
listening
thing?
to, yes, please. Sure, sure.
Sorry for interrupting you. Yes, Shumantika is actually right that different people have different perspectives. That's absolutely right. And people take volunteering very differently. And that's what I said while I was speaking, that volunteering isn't about just helping or giving, it's about connecting. It's about connecting with people. And volunteering itself is a huge umbrella term which cannot be defined with few words, right? It's a huge umbrella term itself. So it depends how people's perspectives reflect the word volunteering towards them. For some, it's charity, giving, taking. Just as you said, yeah, you're absolutely right. And then I also mentioned about the power of volunteering comes on many factors like empowering communities, personal growth, the sense of empathy and confidence I talked about, and also building relationships with different kinds of people which we are unaware about. The underprivileged ones, the old age people, the orphans, and everything. That the connection between them and us is volunteering at a basic point. At a basic point. It's not like volunteering is everything, but any action towards helping the community and the society is a phase of volunteering. It's not directly that. And the thing is that either ways, whatever your perspective is, whatever the word you choose to help the community, the main point is building up the society. The main point is growing up the society and changing um, the various process through which help we can invent and discover new ways of helping also, but the idea remains the same. The idea continues as it was, that is to sorry, empower community and build the society. Thank you.
Right. Now that I've heard all three of your whatever you had to say, I would like to add one thing, that is, when we are saying that we are helping, we are empowering, we are somehow considering ourselves superior to a particular section of the society. Honestly, volunteering is basically lending a part of you, lending a part of your thoughts, lending a part of what you want to do in life, your aspirations, your material belongings primarily, and yes, building relationships. Why are we doing this? Human beings are social animals. We cannot, you know, like survive exclusive of one another. We cannot. So yes, building relationships is one key point. Another key point is I would like you guys to reconsider the terms helping, empowering, charity. I mean, how affluent or how rich are we? Even if we are like materialistically rich, mentally, emotionally, are we? That is the question. Like, if we are you like, it can happen that uh, I don't have too much money or I don't have too many resources to provide to other people. But if I have the mentality or I have that kind of mindset to do so, I mean, I have heard stories from my elders that my grandmother, my mother's side, she used to give up on her own piece of fish, her own piece of, I don't know, meat, to feed somebody who is maybe like who has come from far away or is staying at their house or has showed up uninformed. These are the sort of values. I'm not saying this is volunteering is a little bit different, but this does not have to be that okay, I am like arranging a feast for 20 people. No, sometimes it's these little things that I give up my own share for somebody else, but I have to have that mentality to do it. Even if I'm like stinking rich, then also some people do not have that philanthropic side to them. It's important that we do, no matter how affluent we are, no matter like, and as you mentioned that we can only encourage people, we can only be examples of inspiration to people. I'm not saying like, be like a big shot, or do so much that people have to learn from you. But if even if one person is impacted by what you are doing in the society, in your personal life, in your professional life, in education, no matter what it is, then it makes a difference. And when it makes a difference, you do not have to push people to do something, like as in volunteering, as he was like Abhiraj was also saying that some people consider volunteering is unimportant. Why do they do so? Because volunteering, like when we hear the name, we, oh, there's no payment involved, I don't get reinforced, or I don't get anything back from doing it. And one thing is, once we can overcome this sort of a thought also, then is when we are starting to consider volunteering as something not alien, and something that we can do for our own selves, for fellow human beings. And not just, again, I mean, we have to, I wouldn't say let go of the distinction, because the distinction is too visible in the society, as it always has been, and it will take a lot of time and efforts to change that. But setting that aside, just you have to, try to overcome that distinction in your head and heart first. So this is what I wanted to say. And any other point that you thought, and any of you that you mentioned, you have a question or you want to add on to something, we have like 5-10 minutes more. You can go ahead if you want to. Anything, any question, any point, anything you want to add. Even I said certain things, if you want to add on them, or maybe have a question or have an argument against this.
A point that you said right now, that many people think that, like, exactly, many people actually say that volunteering is unimportant because they get nothing back. While I shared my experience, I said that I felt that I got that shelter. This feeling, this empathetic conscience is not built in everyone, because everyone is not built in the same environment. Everybody is built, born and brought up in different kinds of situations. So when people put up the question of money, if we see from their perspective and their point of view, maybe it's because all they have seen in their life is that money is important. Everywhere they go, money. Everywhere they meet, money. All they have seen is money everywhere. And that's why they question that, I'm not receiving money. What will I get in return? The materialistic point of view and mindset we all have is because money is important in the 21st century. Of course, it is important, but the life apart from the materialistic things, the sense of peace which comes, that does not comes from money. A poor family can be happy, but a rich family having a lots of money may not be happy. His life may not be at peace, busy schedule and everything. He does not have time for himself and his family. But a middle class family or a poor family who's earning less but is at peace because they spend time with their family and their peace is their family. So there lies the difference between materialistic life and the life of our conscience, of our soul, which soothes it. So volunteering, that is the thing we need to put up and tell people, that volunteering is not only about this materialistic thing which you earn. something which soothes the soul, which money cannot give you at some point. At some point, not always. People and children of our age only are saying that money is everything. We'll grow old and we'll earn money, and that's all. And that is everything because, in this society, whatever we are witnessing right now, everything connects with money. Whether it's a job, it's education, it's tuition, it's drinking water, eating food, everything is money. So that mindset of materialistic thing is growing and growing. But on the other hand, there is something which money cannot give. There is something which you can do just by doing it. We don't need anything. So yeah, that's the point, and that's a very major point of volunteering that money cannot give me. Thank you.
Right, absolutely. When you said that, you can be happy within limited means, it sort of reminded me how Farhan from Three Idiots, he graduated from Abba nahi manenge to actually telling him that गाड़ी छोटी होगी पर मैं खुश रहूंगा अब्बा. So yes, that is the whole point of it. See, unfortunately, everything costs money. There's a saying in Bangla that taka mati mati taka. Unfortunately, this is true. But again, as you said, that certain things money really cannot buy you. That is building relationships, doing something for your own happiness, for the upliftment of others, so that other people, like 4 or 5 other people, if by a deed of yours, can live a little better, no matter what. They are getting one meal a day, which they might not have, you know, who knows? Because that way, even while we are talking about volunteering, we only mentioned about human beings, animals, street animals, even if not so, wild animals. Some I recently saw that people are adopting elephants in the forest. So every single act that people do from their heart, definitely it costs money, but you have to have that, what we call in Bangla, manosikota, to do it. Okay, the mindset to do it. So yes, anybody would like to add anything, or else we sort of are at the end of this and we are heading towards wrapping it up. Anybody has anything to say? We still have a little bit of time, maybe 5 minutes. No? No? Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, Vishal has been quite okay. Vishal, basically, we work together in the editorial team of Sangharsh. We've previously been content writing heads, and now since the arrangement has changed a little, but we work together, and he's always a pleasure. And we have him here for tech support. But he's an amazing writer himself. He is great. He's a great guitarist also. I think, and one of you was saying you want to buy a guitar, right? He is your guy to go for advice if you want any. Vishal, would you like to maybe unmute yourself and say something?
Yeah, thank you, Shomatita, for the introduction. I cannot turn on the video currently because I'm recording, and yes, so I'm quite
That's
limited
okay.
here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes. Anyway, thank you for the introduction, and about the guitar thing. Well, I would have shown it to you, but unfortunately, again, due to the video thing, I can't. Uh, yes. And
No
anything you want? Anything else you want
No
me
problem.
to address?
Not really. I just wanted to introduce you like as well as I could to them, because without you recording, without you being there, I don't think this would have been possible, because again, with technology comes its own perks and perils. So thanks for being there. And I would like to conclude by saying thank you so much for sharing all your insights, all your inputs, your experiences, your opinions, everything. And this means a lot. You are the reason why uh, this talk show for the first time. We are hosting it, and it has. I would like to hope it's successful, because for me it was. It really was, and I hope that each one of you take back what the other person said, what you said, and you reflect on them and try to incorporate them in your lives. And I would conclude by thanking all of you are campus ambassadors of Abhinav Bharati, and I would like to thank Ma'am Mojunta Mukhopadhyay, who is our teacher rep from the school, and Ma'am Shrabani Samanto. Yeah. So yes, thank you all so much for joining, for sharing everything that you did. It has been a really enriching experience for me as well, and I look forward to maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't say host it, but I would rather say be a part of it sometime again with you. With Yeah, it's just amazing, and I hope you like your further studies go well, and nurture your hobbies, please. Those get compromised once you come to college. Okay, I think I'm blotting out reality right now, but yeah, it somewhere does. But still, try to keep going in whatever that finds you in solace, that finds you in peace. And everything that you said about volunteering, I would like to request you to incorporate them in your lives. And yes, encourage other people. Try to be a part of as many educational drives or donation drives, whatever it is that you get an opportunity of. And yes, I think that would be all. And I wish you guys all the best for all your future endeavors. Good night. Have a good day.